Alright guys, so today's lesson it's on volume of solid figures and applications. So just to remember, the definition of volume is the measure of the amount of space inside a solid figure. So how to find volume? I have a few instructions here. So how to find volume of solid figures with two equal bases. So those will be like finding volumes for cylinders and prisms. So first step is to find the area of the base, so base for the first blank, then multiply the area of the base by the height, and then we have, if area is not given, multiply base times width times height. That's only if the area is not given, which in all of our problems that we have in this worksheet, the area is not given, so you have to find the area and then multiply by the height, or just do base times width times height. And then how to find the area for solid figures with one base. So that would work with this is going to work with our cone and the pyramid. So step one is to find the area of the base, then multiply the area of the base by the height, and finally we divide by 3. Just to remember why we divide by 3, remember the video that we watched. We know let's say 3 cones with same base and same height as a cylinder. We can fit 3 volume cones inside that one cylinder with the same base and same height. So that's why we divide by 3 the volume. Now we have volume of the so find the volume of the following figures. So there's a few of them. So I'm gonna do one for finding volumes of prisms, rectangular prisms, one finding volume of triangular prisms, finding volume of a cylinder, finding volume of a cone, finding volume of rectangular pyramids, and finding volume of triangular pyramids. And I'm going to do one for finding the volume of a sphere. Alright, so I'll begin with these. I have them already on my notebook, so let's go to my notebook. Now, so I'm going to find the area of this rectangular prism. So let's see, again, the base is not given, but we can find the base just by multiplying my base, this multiplying the length times the width. That'll give me my base. Again, if it's not given the base, you have to just multiply length times width times height. Just multiply all of these 3 numbers together. So the volume of this shape will be equals to 7 times 6 times 19. And that is equal to 798. 798. We're talking about inches, so cubic inches. This will be the answer for the first one. Now, the second one, you might think I'm just going to multiply 7 times 14 times 17, but that's not the case, because we have a triangular prism, which means to find the area of the base, we do have to multiply the 7 times the 14 and then divide by 2. And then we can multiply by 17. So let me do this step by step. So let me find my area first. All right, I'm gonna find this triangular area first. So my triangular area will be area equals 7 times 14 divided by 2. Because it is a triangle, that's why we divide by 2. So this gives me equals 249. Got 49. Well, now we got our area, so the volume would be equals to the area of the base, which we know is 49, times the height, which is 17. So it'll be 49 times 17. 49 times 17, that gives me 833. We're talking about feet, so it'll be cubic feet. Cubic feet. This is our volume, 833. Now I'm gonna go on to finding the volume of our cylinder. Again, we have to find the area of the base. So area of this base or the top base, doesn't matter, both bases are supposed to be the same. So just remember the area of the circle, which I need to find this area first, my area of the base, which is a circle. So the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So also, just for the sake of getting a complete number, I'm going to replace pi by 3.14. So 3.14 times r squared. In this case, r is 3. So the area of this of the circle, my base, it's going to be 3.14, which is pi, times my radius is 3, and it has to be squared. So the area of this cylinder, the area of this circle, it's going to be 3.14 times 3 squared, that's 3 times 3, so it gives me 9. So it'll be 3.14 times 9, which gives me approximately equals to 28.26. As we got the area of the base, which is 28.26, and then we multiply this area by the height. So the volume would be the area of the base, which we know it's 28.26, times the height, which is 6. This gives me a total of 169.56. We're talking about feet, so it'll be cubic feet. Nice. So that would be the area, the volume of our cylinder. Remember to find the area of the circle first, which is the area of the base, and then we multiply by the height, which in this case was 6. Pretty similar with finding the volume of a cone. We have to find the area of the base. In this case, they are not giving us the radius. They're giving us the diameter, the whole length. Well, to find radius, we just have to divide the diameter by 2. So my radius, let me write r for radius. In here, it's going to be 42 divided by 2. That's going to be 21. I know my radius is 21. I'm going to be using the same formula for finding the area of the circle. So pi times radius squared. So my area for my base is going to be equals to 3.14 times 21. So 3.14 times 21, that gives me equals to 65.94. So this is my area of my base. Wait, it's not. I forgot, it's 21 squared. So I have, let me redo this. Again, area, let me rewrite it, 3.14 times my radius, which is 21, and that raised to the second power. All right, so I need to multiply all of that. So pretty much 3.14 times 21 times 21. That gives me 1,384.96 0.74. That's the area of my base. Now I still have to multiply by 43, which is my height. So it's going to be, so my volume, it's going to be equals to this number, my area of the base, 1384.74 times 43. And all of that is going to be divided by 3. Remember that we can fit 3 cones into one cylinder, so we have to divide this by 3. Again, for this you can use your calculator. Feel free to use your calculator. So we got 8,384.74 times 43, and all of that divided by 3. This gives me my volume to be equals to 19,847.94. We're talking about inches, so it'll be cubic inches. That will be my volume. Now, let's go to finding the volume of pyramids. I think that I'm missing a parameter here. Yes, sorry, it's 14 yards high. And on your paper you see this is 13 yards and this is 6 yards. Sorry, I forgot to write that. So, pyramid. Again, find the area of the base and then multiply it by the height. This is a pyramid, so we have to divide by 3. So, again, I can multiply the length times the width times the height and then divide all of that by 3. So my volume will be equals to 14 times 13 times 6, and all of that divided by 3. So let me do this in my calculator. We got 14 times 13 times 6 divided by 3. That gives me a total of 364 cubic yards. And that's pretty much it. Now here we have a triangular prism. This might look a little bit tricky. This is pretty much the height of the prism. And this other one, it's the height of my triangle, the base of my triangle. Remember that to find the area for base of to find the area of a triangle, we need the height. All right, so let's see. I got my base to be 21, and the height of my triangle to be 18. So let me find my area of my base. So area of my base will be equals to 21 times my height, which is 18, and all of that divided by 2. That will give me the area of my base. So let me do this. It's 21 times 18 divided by 2. My area of my base, it's going to be 189. That's the area of my base. Now I need to multiply this area by the height, and my height is 14. So my volume will be equals to 14 times 189. And remember, this is a pyramid, so it has only one base. So we have to divide this by 3. So my final answer, let me do this, it's going to be 14 times 189. All of that divided by 3. It gives me a total of 882. So 882. we're talking about feet, so it'll be cubic feet. There you go. That's my volume. Now I'm gonna go on and do the volume of a sphere. So volume of a sphere, this is new, and I wrote you the equation on your worksheet, which there's the equation. Volume equals 3/4 pi times radius cubed. So let me write my formula somewhere here. So my formula is going to be volume equals 4/3 pi times radius raised to the third power. My radius is given here as 3, so my volume for this sphere is going to be equals to 4/3 times pi. I'm going to replace pi by 3.14 times my radius cubed. So my radius is 3 raised to the third power. Again, 3 raised to the third power, that's the same thing as 3 times 3 times 3. So my volume would be 3/4 times 3.14 times 3 raised to the third power. So again, 3 times 3 times 3. And let me see my answer. It's going to be 113. So my volume equals 113.04. We're talking about yards, so it'll be cubic yards. And I'm done. That's the volume of my sphere.